Croeso Pub to the Planet of the Discounts PSN sale. Great news, I found some cool games that can save you over £435. That's a lot of money you can save by watching this video. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you never want to miss a good sale again. And even find some cool games while you're at it. On a side note, I had a look on the add-on deals sale and there wasn't a lot there, so I'm going to add them into this sale and they'll be at the beginning, alright? Anyway, let's get on with the show. This sale ends on the 2nd of March, so that'll be the last day to pick up these deals. Okay, let's look at the games. Okay, let's get rid of the add-on deals. Up first was Alien Invasion on a 75% discount for 99 pence, which is dirt cheap, and it includes the new Alien Invasion campaign, weapons, levels and more. So if you own Worms Battlegrounds, why not take a look at this? It's a pretty good discount. Next we have the Frozen Wilds expansion. It's on at least a 50% discount for the price of $5.99 or $4.79 with PS Plus, which isn't bad. Now if you've got Horizon Zero Dawn and you never bought the expansion, this is a great time to pick it up, as it adds a whole new open world area to the game along with a story, weapons, missions and more. You do get a lot of content with this and it's worth the money, so why not check it out. And finally, the Kingdom Come Deliverance DLC collection is on sale, for at least a 60% discount for the price of £6.39 or £4.79 with PS Plus, which is a great deal for 5 full DLC expansions. So if you bought this amazing game and you never got the Royal Edition, then you might want to check this out because there's a lot more gameplay for your money, and the game's great so you'll probably have fun with this as well. Why not take a look? Anyway, the add-on deals are done now, so let's get on with the proper sale. Up first is 428 Shibuya Scramble. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and it's on an 85% discount for the price of £6.74, which is really good. This is based on the visual novel where you follow 5 protagonists, inescapably drawn into a case of kidnapping and intrigue, where you control the characters and their stories. It features a 10-hour story with 90 different variants to experience. A bit of an unusual one this, but considering it's quite a long story, and there's so many different variants and variations within it, for anyone that likes this sort of game, you'll probably like it a lot, but it is a bit unusual, so take a look right carefully before picking it up. Our next game is a Zelda RipOff, A Knight's Quest. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £3.99, which is really great. In this game you play as Rusty, who has accidentally started the end of the world, so now it's up to you to set things right again, by setting out to solve puzzles, fight enemies, defeat huge bosses and platform your way to victory. And then saving the world obviously. This game features unlockable spirit abilities that allow you to master fire, ice and time itself. So like I said, it looks like a Zelda ripoff, but a little bit RPG as well, which isn't a bad idea. It looks pretty good. It may not be the most AAA of games, but it looks decent. So if you like action-adventure games, or you're a fan of Zelda, then maybe take a look at this. It may not be the best game around, but it don't look bad. And hey, if you've never played a game like this before, then it's pretty cheap, so you might want to take a look at it. You never know, you might like it. But there are AAA games like this as well, so if you're not sure, you might want to wait for one of them instead. We're off adventuring next, with Adam's Venture Origins. It was released in 2016, so it's 6 years old, and is on a 90% discount for the crazy low price of £1.29, which is awesome. This third-person adventure game is set in the 1920s, where you play as the explorer Adam Venture, on a journey with your companion Evelyn to unravel the secret of Eden by exploring ancient ruins and solving puzzles hidden within, while also preventing the Clairvaux Company from unleashing chaos upon the land. This game is a remaster of a really old game, and it gets a lot of stick for being pretty simplistic and old school in its gameplay, but hey, it's really cheap, and if you like old school games, or you're a fan of the original, then you'll really enjoy this game. But if you've only ever played modern games, you might want to stay clear of it and pick something else up instead. We have an unusual game next, Anomaly 2. It was released in 2014, so it's 8 years old, and is on a 90% discount for the low price of £1.14, which is really great. This is an unusual take on the strategy tower defense genre, where the Earth has been conquered by aliens and mankind is nearing extinction. You must now control your troops by attacking occupied cities to fight back against the machines. It features unique tower defense gameplay and online multiplayer tower defense as well, which is very unique for the genre. If you're a fan of tower defense games, you should definitely take a look at this. It's kinda like a reverse tower defense game, but where you get to run around and control a character at the same time. So it is quite different and very unique. definitely check it out if you're a fan of the genre. And hey, if you've never played a tower defense game before, then at this price, you might want to take a chance on it. It looks like a really different and unique version of the genre, so why not take a look? It intrigues me, and it might intrigue you too. Next up is Beat Cop. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and it's on an 85% discount for the low price of £1.79, which is great. In this police thriller, someone has framed you, and now you must patrol the streets, turning over every stone to uncover the truth. It's inspired by 80s cop shows, be serious or funny, take bribes or stick to the law, with a non-linear story and multiple endings. There's a lot in this game for you to enjoy. It might have really simple retro graphics, but I really like the look of this game. It's got a cool looking story, with unique gameplay elements, and I really like the idea of being a normal cop while you're trying to unravel this conspiracy. My instinct just tells me it's a great game. So in any case, if you like the sound of it, why not take a look? And hey, if you've never played a game like this before, but it sounds as interesting to you as it does to me, then why not take a chance? It's really cheap, and I like the look of it, I really do. Black Mirror is our next game. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and is on an 85% discount for the price of £5.24, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal. This horror adventure is set in 1926 Scotland, where you play as David Gordon, visiting his ancestral home for the first time in years. While tormented by nightmares and waking dreams, he fears he may follow in his family's footsteps, ending in madness and death. This looks like a really interesting game, and I'm surprised there hasn't been more coverage of it, as it looks like a game that people would really enjoy. It's a really cool adventure, exploration game, but with horror as well, and ghosts. That's usually pretty popular amongst players, so I'm pretty surprised. So in any case, if you like horror adventures, and you like the sound of this, why not take a look at it? It looks pretty cool. And if you've never played a game like this before, if you like adventures and horror, then why not check it out? It's a good price, and it looks like a really decent game. Next up is Cartoon Network Battle Crashers. It was released in 2016, so it's 6 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £3.99, which is pretty good. In this beat-em-up, after Uncle Grandpa drives the UGRV through multiple dimensions, shard creatures start spawning everywhere, and now a host of Cartoon Network characters must band together to set things right again. And it even features 4-player local co-op as well. It's a bit disappointing there's no online multiplayer, because beat-em-ups kinda need that really, or I think they do anyway. But hey, if you've got kids, or you like a simple beat-em-up, why not take a look at it? It's a pretty big franchise and is at a pretty decent price. And hey, if you've never played a beat-em-up before, then you might want to check this out, but it doesn't have online multiplayer, and it's geared more towards kids. So if you didn't grow up in the era of these Cartoon Network franchises, you're probably better staying away, to be honest, and picking up another beat-em-up in a different sale. So subscribe and you won't miss out when they do go on discount. We have a platformer next, Celeste. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £3.99, which is really decent. This is a platformer where you have to help Madeline survive her inner demons, as she climbs Mount Celeste in pixel-perfect jumping and platforming levels. It features brutally difficult levels to unlock, with over 700 screens of platforming, and a dazzling piano and synth soundtrack. This game looks pretty cool, and it kinda reminds me of Super Meat Boy, in that there's a lot of complicated jumping and navigation of different platforms and levels. And I kinda like the pixel art graphics as well. They look really cool. So if you're a big fan of challenging platformers, you should definitely take a look at this game. And if you've never played one before, it's cheap enough that you could consider it as well, so why not check it out? One of my favourite VR games is up next, Creed Rise to Glory. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £5.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and an absolutely outstanding deal. This is a VR boxing game that requires Move controllers, so if you don't have Move controllers you can't play it. In this game it follows the story of the first Creed movie, and you get to train under Rocky to become the best boxer around. It includes a full gym with a ton of boxing exercises for you to do, so if you just want to keep fit, it's got a virtual gym for you to do that. And then it's also got exhibition matches with a load of the boxers from the movie, and as a cool bonus it threw in the classic characters as well. So you get to fight Rocky, Apollo Creed, Clubber Lang, Ivan Drago, all of the big hitters from back in the day. I've completed this game, and it's hands down the best boxing game on PlayStation VR, I can't say enough good things about it. If you don't own it and you're in any way interested, then just do yourself a favour and buy it now. We have a rally game next, Dirt Rally 2.0 Game of the Year Edition. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £8.99, which is awesome, as this edition includes 4 seasons of DLC, with 7 new locations, more than double the cars, 5 rallycross locations, and the flat-out pack as well. So again, a massive amount of content thrown in with this deal. And the main game features 26 challenging rally and rallycross locations, over 70 cars, including the cars from the 2018 and 2019 FIA World Rallycross Championship seasons, and 8-player online multiplayer as well. So you do get a lot of content in the main game as well, making this a really great deal. If you're a fan of rally games, and you haven't played a dirt game recently, then why not take a look at this? I'm sure you'll really enjoy it. And hey, if you've never played a rally game before, this is a really good deal. So if you like other racing games, or you've really wanted to try a rally game, then you might want to check this out. It's a really good deal. Up next is a puzzle game, Goro. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £3.59, which is really great. This puzzle game is very different and unique, and really difficult to describe, as it's a 2D puzzle game that bends perspective and reality in order to present the most unique puzzles you've ever seen. You really have to see a trailer to get an idea of what this game's puzzles are like, but all I can say to you is, they're very cool, they're very unique, they're very interesting, and as a puzzle fan myself, it's very interesting and intriguing to me. If you love puzzle games, definitely check this out, and if you've never played puzzle games before, then check it out because it's different and interesting, but you might want to start somewhere else for your first puzzle game, so check out some other puzzle games instead. Our next game is Lords of the Fallen Complete Edition. It was released in 2016, so it's 6 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £2.59, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it and a really great deal, as this edition includes the Ancient Labyrinth expansion, the Monk Decipher quest, with additional weapons, armor and boosters as well. So again, a fair amount of extra content included for this discount price. This game is a Souls-like game, where after millennia the Rogar legions have invaded the human realm. Desperate and under siege, the people turn to you, a criminal branded with the tattoos of your immoralities. So now it's up to you to travel to the source of the darkness and face the Lords of the Fallen to save mankind. In general, I hear a lot of good things about this game. Pretty much the only negative I hear is, it's a bit easier than Dark Souls, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. If you're a fan of Dark Souls and you don't mind playing a less challenging game, then why not take a look at this? It's supposed to be a really good game, and you'll probably really enjoy it if you're okay with the easier gameplay. But hey, if you're not, then don't worry about it, look at some other games instead. And if you've never played a Dark Souls game before, and you've always been worried about the difficulty, so why not try it out and see how you like it? This should be a great place to start for people that always like the look of the Souls games, but were put off by the difficulty. In any case, if you like the sound of it, why not check it out? It's a great game with a lot of content at a really good price. Definitely worth taking a look at. We have some DLC now, Mortal Kombat XL pack. It was released in 2016, so it's 5 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £5.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it and a great deal. This pack includes 25 skins, 2 fatality packs, and 9 playable characters of Alien, Predator, Jason Voorhees, Leatherface, Goro, Tanya, Tremor, Bo Rai Cho, and Triborg. So again, some really cool extra Mortal Kombat characters, along with some legendary movie villains and monsters, which will be great if you're a fan of those series. It'll add a lot to the game. So if you got this game for free on the PS Plus collection and you wanted the extra characters, why not pick this up now? I don't like fighting games nickel and diming for characters, but this is a good deal. It's worth it at this price. We have a TV favourite now, Peaky Blinders Mastermind. It was released in 2020, so it's only 2 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the price of £3.99, which is really good. This puzzle game is based on the TV series, and set in Birmingham during the aftermath of the Great War, before the start of the famous TV show. You get to control the key members of the Shelby family, reset in time and changing these characters' actions in order to finally succeed in each mission. So you guys know I like puzzle games, and this looks like a really good one. So if you're a fan of the TV show and you like puzzle games, you should take a look at it. You'll probably really enjoy it. And if you haven't played many puzzle games before, then maybe you should take a look at this game, especially if you like the TV series, I'm sure you'll have a good time with it, and it's not a bad price either. So why not check it out? You might just find your new favourite game genre. We're going to Mars next. Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered Edition. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, but the original game's much older than that really. And it's on an 80% discount for the price of £4.99, which is really great value, as this edition has fully reworked and improved graphics, for the best version of the game that's been released so far. And you get to play as a member of the Red Faction movement, fighting to liberate Mars from the oppressive Earth Defense Force. It features a true physics-based demolition system, allowing you to destroy anything with a variety of weapons and vehicles. I played the original first-person shooters in this series back in the day, and I absolutely loved them. They were some of the best first-person shooters on PlayStation 2. They're amazing. And I played a little bit of this one as well, and even though I didn't like it as much as the originals, I gotta be fair, it's a really fun game, especially if you like running around and blowing stuff up, so you might just want to think about picking it up if that's the case. Next up is a really cool puzzle game, Serial Cleaner. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and it's on an 85% discount for the low price of £1.79, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it. In this puzzle game, you are the cleaner, a professional crime scene cleaner for the mob. You get to sneak around crime scenes, avoiding detection, and removing all the evidence, including bodies, blood, and weapons, before the police turn up and you get caught in the act. This looks like a really cool, unique, and quirky puzzle game, and I really like the premise of it. It looks really cool and interesting to me. I'm probably going to pick it up myself and have a great time. If you're a fan of puzzle games and you like something a bit different, you should definitely check this out. And hey, if you've never played a puzzle game before, but you like the sound of this one, it's at a really good price, it's really different and unique, I would definitely recommend it. Why not take a look at it? You might just love it as much as I think you will. Our next game is SEUM, Speedrunners from Hell. It was released in 2014, so it's 4 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £2.59, which is really great. This is a first-person speedrunning game, where you must run, jump, teleport, fly, bounce, and drop in 100 merciless levels to save your soul. If you're the sort of gamer that likes leaderboards, and playing the same levels over and over again to get better times and higher scores, you'll really enjoy this game. You should definitely take a look at it. And hey, if you've never played a speedrunning game before, then if you like the sound of this one, why not take a look at it? It's at a really good price, and you might just enjoy yourself. These games are pretty addictive, and if you like them, you'll really love them, so check it out. Up next is a racing game, The Crew 2 Gold Edition. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £14.59, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a pretty good deal, as this edition includes the Season Pass with over 25 extra vehicles, a home location, avatar outfits, and a Motorsports Deluxe Pack and Digital Special Pack as well, so that's a huge amount of extra content included. In this racing game, you get to experience the American motorsports scene as you race across land, sea and air in an exhilarating open world that covers the entire USA. It features 8-player online multiplayer, which is great if it's still active, and in general it looks like a really cool racing game as you get to race on land, sea and air, which is unique compared to a lot of other racing games. So you do get a bit more variety and a lot more extra content than you would in some other games. So if you're on the lookout for a racing game, you might want to take a look at this as it includes a lot of stuff, but it is a bit higher than the normal discounts. So take a look around. If you want something a bit cheaper, there will be options for you. And hey, if you've never played a game like this before, then look for something cheaper, because this is a high price to go in at. So try something else cheaper first, and then you can always pick this up at a later date if you really love racing games. Up next is my star buy, The Room VR: A Dark Matter. It was released in 2020, so it's only 2 years old, and it's on at least a 65% discount for the price of £8.74 or £6.24 with PS Plus, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal for PS Plus users. This VR puzzle game has move controller support, so if you have them then you should use them, and is set in 1908, where you investigate the vanishing of an esteemed Egyptologist by exploring cryptic locations, examining fantastic gadgets, and visiting otherworldly spaces, all while solving puzzles along the way. The Room is a really well-known series of puzzle games where you're basically in escape rooms and you have to find your way out, although they usually have a story based around mysticism and magic, which makes them ideal for VR. This looks absolutely awesome. This game will be so much better in VR, and it looks like a really great choice. If you've got a PSVR headset and you like puzzle games, you should definitely take a look at this. It's my star buy, it's well worth looking at. And if you haven't played many VR puzzle games, this is a really good one at a really good price, so you should definitely consider it. The only reason you shouldn't be looking at this game really is if you hate puzzle games or if you don't have a PSVR headset. In which case, don't worry, there's plenty more games for you to look at instead. Our next game is Torchlight II. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £4.79, which is pretty decent. This is an isometric RPG, and is an award-winning game, where once again the fate of the world is in your hands as you explore a quirky world full of bloodthirsty monsters, bountiful treasures, and sinister secrets across randomized levels in a dynamic world. It features 4-player online multiplayer, 4 character classes, character customization, pets, fishing, and bonus pet fairy unique for the PS4. This looks like a really cool old school RPG game, so if you're a fan of the old school games like Diablo, then you should really enjoy this, and you should check it out. But if you've never heard of Diablo, or played one of these sorts of games before, then you should look elsewhere because you can get better deals on more AAA games instead. We have a bike racer next, Valentino Rossi The Game Digital Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2016, so it's 6 years old, and it's on an 85% discount for the price of £5.24, which is really great, as this edition includes 7 DLC, 10 extra avatars, and 2 themes as well, which is great for this price. This is basically a specially themed MotoGP game that includes the MotoGP 2016 season content, along with the additional historical MotoGP champions, featuring flat track races, drift competitions, rally challenges, and of course Valentino Rossi content. Basically one for fans of MotoGP that like Valentino Rossi. So if that's you, and you don't mind it being an older edition of MotoGP, check it out. And the final game I have for you is Zanki Zero Last Beginning. It was released in 2019, so it's 2 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £9.99. In this dungeon explorer, set in a post-apocalyptic world, you play 8 clones who only live for 13 days, exploring the ruins and dungeons of a set of islands, but as your characters age, their abilities change, and with each new death bringing new possibilities for the next clone that replaces them. So it's a pretty old school dungeon explorer, with a really cool and different story that makes a big difference and a huge twist to the genre. So if you're a fan of those old school dungeon explorers, where you go through room by room, left to right, forward to back, but you want something a bit more modern with a cool story, this is definitely for you. But if all of this sounds confusing or you don't know what I'm talking about, then this genre is pretty old and you probably won't like it, so stay clear of it in that case. And that's all the games I have for you for the Planet of the Discounts PSN sale. What did you think of the games I picked? Did I pick good ones? Did I pick bad ones? And what about the star buy? Did it deserve it, or should something else have got it instead? Leave all your complaints down in the comments and we can argue about it later. In any case, I hope you guys found some games you're interested in, but more importantly I hope you guys saved a lot of money. I'll see you guys in the next sale. Hoil Vour.